What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, redoptionagency.com, 22 years selling full-time on eBay. And it is Wednesday morning. We are at 6:40 a.m. And can eBay sink any lower? My second lowest day in the last 31 days was yesterday. Again, the site's still riddled with errors. Like the one I got this morning was a white page with just text on it saying it can't go, try again or whatever it says, something to that nature. But then it had like a link on it and it had UK as the link. So I'm not sure what's causing that. It was on the US eBay site. So I have no clue about that one. That's totally brand new to me. Never seen it before. So I don't know. But anyway, yesterday on the old store, $478 for the US site. For all the eBay sites. Whoops. Pick the right day, James. $495. So $495 there. Plus the new store made it to $144. So $635-ish, $635-ish with both stores and with all the international eBay sites. That new store is looking more and more promising every day. That it's just, obviously I got a lot more data to collect, but it just feels like compared to the old store is buried. Whatever is within the algorithm, the servers, whatever the problems going on with the site, it feels more than ever compared. Before it was just speculation, it felt buried. Now compared to the new store, it definitely feels buried. Trying to see here. Let's see. The sales conversion rate on the old store is 2%. Let's see what it's showing on the new store. It does show that. 2.8%. So 1% better, but a hell of a lot less stuff. So the more and more days that go by, the more motivated I get to keep listing into the store just to see what happens. So we're at, let's call it 6:45 a.m. On the new store, I already have $32. On the old store, I got $112. So hopefully today won't turn off midday again. But we will see. Yesterday, number of items sold, 35 items, 10 organic, 25 promoted. This organic's what's killing me, man. 10, 7, 9, 10. I mean, with a store with 58,000 items, I should have more than 10 organic sales. So something within the system is burying it. My top 20 search impression is up 6% rest of slot impressions is down 0.7, but then the non-search impressions are down 16.2%. So, and you definitely want to see the top 20 go up and your non-search go down. Promoted impressions altogether down 20%. And some of that could be, less people shopping online, weather getting warm, going outside, different things like that. So once the weather gets warmer, more people spend time vacationing, doing things outside, stuff like that. So depending on what you sell, there's always a little slowdown for June and July. And we're only a week away from June, so it's not odd to see the numbers go down, but when they're already down beforehand, it takes them down even lower. So yeah, so yesterday I put up some hats in my new store. Just a hat, I think like 20 so far. I think the real test is going to be if I can start putting hats over there also, and my hats over there start outselling my hats in the new store, the old store, then there's clearly something going on. So, and plus I can cross list hats with Vendu onto Posh also. So that'll give me a greater advantage on the hats. So I'm going to stick with mostly clothes, but I'm going to be putting some hats over there too, just to kind of test that feel. So that'll give me a true indication, because if I have to, if that store does great, I have no problems. It kind of sucks opening another store and start moving like all my media into another store and just basically starting over. But I want to get it all balanced first before I do it. I'm not going to do anything drastic. It's all got to be a balancing act. Offer for one of my cards. $1 off. I'll do that. I'll do that. My card number 2, I think, should be here today. And then I ordered another batch of the new cards, one of the bonus side editions I wanted to do. And it's basically I called it what did I call it? Reseller series. So it's a reseller series. I did the first one on me. Yay! So it's picture of me, one of the main pictures I use for a lot of the thumbnails, and then put like facts on the back and stuff like that, and then try to be a little bit funny also. So it's basically, and then I want to do that with other resellers on YouTube if they will, of course I will ask for permission, ask for a picture, help with it, what do you want on the card, and then split the profits with them. So that's the goal. That's the goal. So you can soon get your favorite resellers on trading cards. I feel weird doing me first, but I figured I don't have to ask nobody to do me. I can just do it the way I want it. So if I make a mistake on it, it's on me. It only makes me look bad, not somebody else. So then we can play off that and use that as like a template when I go with ask other resellers if I can make a card of them, and we can play off of what the card looks like. It is a different style of card than the Series 1, but they're all going to be the same, but with just different resellers and different info on each card. So if you like that idea, hit the thumbs up, because I need more thumbs up on my videos. I appreciate that. And I always forget to say it. So we got a little variety here of things. No CDs, no DVDs. But yeah, so that's coming up with the cards. So you may get a sneak peek of the card today if it comes. I might take some pictures with the belt for the little promotion and then start promoting it that is coming June 1st. So, kind of excited. Even if it only sells 8, I'm still excited. Just because it's something I'm enjoying doing. All right. So, yeah, like I said, I have no problem. It kind of sucks, but if I have to start creating new stores and moving things over just to get better sales because the new stores show better, then that's what I will do. That's what I will do if I have to. So, kind of stinky poos, but what are you going to do? You gotta make changes to survive, and if the change in 2024 means get rid of your 22-year-old store for a newer store because it shows better on servers or whatever in the algorithm, whatever hell they're doing, then you got to do what you got to do. And if it works, then maybe it'll help a lot of other people too. I know there's been a few of you that says you're already going to go ahead and open a second store. And there's plenty of you very interested in what I'm doing, so that's good to see that the info can potentially help. So my new store total as a whole, we started on Sunday, May 5th. So we're 16 full days in, a little over 17. $602 total in that time period. So I put up a community post yesterday. So if you didn't see that, I'll go over that right quick. What did I say here? Okay. So in April, my average sales per day, this is average of the whole month, was $699. May so far with the old store is $736. But if you take out, say, about $1,300 or whatever for the cards, that's $43 a day. So technically for May, I would be a little bit under with the old store than $699, about $9 under or so. With the new store, it's averaged $38 a day since I opened it. So for a total of May, $774. And you can take out 42 of that for the cards. The cards averaged about $42 a day. Or something. Yeah. So, you know. All right, let's go to questions and comments. Questions and comments. All right, this weekend was putrid for me also. 1,000 items up, one sale. I'd be curious if you guys wouldn't mind, since I've got the new store and trying things, when you feel like you've had a bad weekend or a bad day, after you make the statement, put in how old your store is. Like how long have you, like mine's 22 years old, my old store. Maybe that can give us more detailed information on maybe even a cutoff for old stores and new stores. If you feel like that you have no problems, say that also in the comments and put how old your store is. If we can get a read on, if there's a clear-cut timeline as stores before 2017 suck and stores after 2017 are great, then that might give us some good information. I can't wait to see eBay getting crushed. We need a new modern site that doesn't think buyer is king and respects sellers, not letting buyers get away with shady stuff, zero tolerance, no BS, with buyers holding sellers hostage with feedback and so on and so on. Yeah, I've got one now. I'm waiting. I at least got him to open a return because he's like, 4 of these cassettes don't play right. And ordered like 6 or something. That rarely happens. 4 of 6 don't play right. Come on now. I want money back and I'm not sending them back. Excuse me? Before, if you buy 1 cassette, I'm just going to refund you, if you say it's bad. You're saying 4 of 6 is bad and your first things out of your mouth is you're not sending them back, you want a refund? No, don't play that. So I go, I use my typical line I use. Go ahead. Sorry for the problem. Please open a free return on eBay to start the refund process. So I'm expecting some negatives from him, but I'm not sure if I think he opened return on 3 and then closed one immediately and then opened it up on 2 others. Now I shouldn't get a negative on those, but on the one he closed immediately, I've gotten a negative before when the buyer closed it and then left a negative and eBay wouldn't take it off. So even though they opened a return of it originally. If I'm not mixing up my memory. But sellers will come, buyers will follow, eBay will die. Well, and then also too, sellers are buyers, so I think if not anything else, it kind of shows the community within this community on YouTube for resellers, how they all support each other. So that right there shows you that they are buyers also. Every time I ask myself what the hell is going on with eBay today, first thing I see is if you've posted a video, which are great and informative. I have sales every day except for yesterday, Monday, and now Tuesday. First time in months where I have 0 sales. I kept receiving really low offers of $5 as well. Yeah, what is up with that? I mean, it's almost like probably more than 50% of my offers are $5. It's so bizarre. Offers don't seem to work as I sent 100 and not 1 sale. Combined shipping wasn't working days before. Nope. Combined shipping wasn't working because at least on if you use business policies, they were messed up. I put up a video last night on how to fix that. So if you did not see that video and your business policies on shipping is still changing, you can go watch that video. It shows you how to fix that problem. eBay made a change, didn't let us know of the change and has not fixed the problem because of the change. But if you watch the video, it'll show you how to fix the problem yourself. One thing I changed on my store on Sunday was that I opt in the new discounted shipping cost for buyers. Maybe similar issues is being caused like that when eBay International Services was introduced to us sellers a couple of months ago. Possibly. Every time there's a new thing, many more product or problems come up. It's crazy how you have the same amount of sales every day. That's insane. No. It's an average, not the same. Okay, so thank you for answering that for me. I sell trading cards on eBay. The percentage eBay charges is 13.25. Okay. Anything I have that is like $1 or $2 in value goes up as an auction at 99 cents for $1.12 for shipping. It costs 88 cents to ship a card with standard eBay envelopes. That includes postage envelope, penny sleeves, and semi-rigid sleeve. The thing with trading cards is the value crashes after 1 year, but goes back up once you hit the 20 to 30 year mark. So they either need to be moved quickly or you end up holding on them for years until time destroys most of the supply. I found another box of baseball cards about that big, about that wide, about that long, just lined with cards. But I'm sure they're all just low value stuff. Thanks for the great info as always. Appreciate your dedication to the profession. Yeah, somebody made a comment about they think that eBay splits traffic, so if you open a second store, you would get less on one to make up on the other. I don't think that's the way it works. I hope that's not the work, and that's what my second store will help prove one way or another if that's a thing or not. I don't think it is. I hope that it's not, but we will see. This person's saying, I don't think they split traffic. Of course, if he puts hats in the new store, then he would have put in the old store are selling there. They would have still. I think as he puts hats in his own store, it will grow and sell more on its own because people will see it as a place to go for hats. It's a great idea, James. You have the inventory to give it a good test. Everyone swears to focus on stores selling one type of thing, books, clothing, DVDs, and so on. And maybe that's not necessarily something for customers, maybe a little bit, but maybe that's something within the algorithm too. It's less confusing for the algorithm if you have this. I'm just speculating there, but you wouldn't think so. It shouldn't work that way with technology in 2024. But at this point, nothing would surprise me. So, hence the new direction. So, we will see what happens. But got more stuff drafted for the new store to go up today. And of course, the old store also. So, we'll see what happens. Let's do some shipping. We'll get today's order on the new store out of the way. So, sold for $20. We've got this Torrid brand jacket. There's another item from the church. I don't remember if this was church sale or if this was bins. But anyway, sold for $20. It's kind of motivating to see if I can get the new store to give the old store daily, the daily dollar amount a run for its money every day with far, far less items. That's going to be the day I'm looking for, is when the new store matches the old store sales. Yet the number of items listed is night and day. 1 and 4. Let's go to California. No Posh sales yesterday. Even with listing all that newer stuff onto Posh. Okay, let's go. So I got like 13 items here. Hope I remembered them all. Purchase shipping labels. First up, we got the Bauer hockey hat. Oh, that's going to UK. Never mind. We'll get that later. Here's P to the W. So we got UK, we got Norway, we got Netherlands. 3 international overnight, so that's a promising thing. Right, Pee-wee? That's promising. I had to give him another Apoquel this morning because the other one wore off pretty quick yesterday. You'll be fine in about an hour. Yes, you will. I got a CD storage case. Sold for $15.40, headed to Evansville, Indiana. I'm fitting this one. This is a little thick. Thick, girl. Girl, thick. It's getting hot in here. We're going down, baby. The rainbow, sweet the baby. Pop, ready to let it go. Shimmy, Cocoa Pop, listen to it, pal. Light it up and take a pop, listen to me now. We're going down, baby. Let it go. Shimmy, Cocoa Pop. Yeah. I haven't listened to the complete Nelly album in a long time, so I was listening to that yesterday. Remember when that Nelly album came out? Since he's from here, it was a big thing. But they used to come in and bring their St. Lunatic stuff into this music store before they made it big. Let's see, we got 15. Brandon. There's only like been 2 people I've asked for autographs when I met them. Like, I'm not really a star person, but when I was a manager, I was working late one night. And when I was working at the Ladue location here in Missouri, that's like the richer area, and a lot of the richer people live there, lawyers, athletes, etc., live around there. And so a lot of people would come in. And then plus it's near a funny bone, so like some comedians would come in and things like that. Cheech Mariner came in one time and stuff like that. But one of Jan's items here, a little candle holder. Sold for $8, headed to North Carolina. But the 2 I've asked, one was because it was right in front of me, the other because he was such a cool person. The first one was Ozzie Smith from St. Louis Cardinals. He came in one night, late at night. We were getting ready to close. Him and his driver. Oh, that little nose is going to keep it from going into this box. Little nose sticking up. Let me try something here. So Ozzie Smith came in with his driver. And this will tell you how long ago it was. He was looking for laser discs. At the time, laser discs were going out, so we had sold out of them. Clearanced them out, and they were gone. So I had to told him to try another store across town that still had some. So I just had him, I just took a receipt paper. He said to James, blah, 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 Ozzie Smith. I still got it actually framed. I found it yesterday when I was cleaning. And then the other one was because the old yellow pages that we used to get. One year, Chris Pronger from the St. Louis Blues was on the cover. And he came in. He always came in, though. So I ripped the cover off and had him sign it and brought it home. But we used to get tons of Blues players all the time coming in. Cardinals, too. Mark McGuire came in. Joe Torre, when he was coaching here. Actually, he didn't come in. He walked by the place. That's right. I saw him when I was out eating lunch. Next up. Life is Good canvas bag. Sold for $10, headed to Akron, Ohio. But if you're a Blues fan, you know Jamal Mayers. He actually still works for the Blues on the broadcast side, but he'd come in one time. I think it was Jamal, right? I think it was Jamal. When he was with the team playing. And he was into like kind of house techno type of stuff. And I had a customer who asked about an artist and song, and it was techno based or whatever. And I'm trying to figure it out. And here comes Jamal Mayers. He's like, oh, I know what that is. It's blah, blah, blah. He goes, I'll take you to it. And he basically turned into an employee and took the customer to the CD. It was so funny. I believe it was Jamal. I'm sure there was plenty of people I didn't recognize who come in. I don't even remember names now. When other employees would go, hey, so-and-so's in the store, or whatever. But I don't remember who, but like, I think it was Cheech. Yeah, Cheech Mariner, when he played like the Funny Bone in not Westport, but was it Westport? Man, I'm not sure. He was playing a comedy club near there somewhere. He came in. There was once this, I was told who it was, but I don't remember. He was an older actor. And he starred in some big movie, like a Sound of Music type of thing or something. I don't know. But apparently he lives in St. Louis, and he came with a driver, but he came in this old time, the long front end with the curvy fenders, and, you know, something you would see back in frickin' the old 50s or something, where it was pretty cool. He had his driver driving him around in that. He was definitely old school. Or classic school, I should say. Susie. Xavier Cugat, or whatever his name is. Cassette tape sold for $4.20, headed to California. Next up, we've got a Harley Davidson bag. This is a kind of straps onto your motorcycle. It's like an odd shaped bag. Sold for $10, headed to South Bend, Indiana. Next up, Citizen King. Better Days cassette single. Sold for $7, headed to Roswell, Georgia. This is my first ever buyout. The price tag with the blue mark through it. So that means I paid 18 cents for it on average on my first... no, this wasn't the... Hold on. No, not the first store buyout. This was like maybe the second. It wasn't really a store buyout. It was a store of a store buyout. A guy in Springfield, Illinois bought out a Hastings that closed. And then he found me online, contacted me and wanted me to come down. He ran a bookstore, so he kept all the books. And he had all the cassettes and CDs boxed up. And he sold those to me. So that's where that came from. Might have been 14 cents on those, and 18 cents on those long box things. Now, as time goes by, I forget. Forget exactly. Next up, we've got this Unknown E logo youth hat. Sold for $8, headed to New York. It definitely feels motivating to know that when I list things, there's a better chance of them selling on the new store. So it's definitely very motivating. Romantics Rhythm Romance cassette tape. Sold for $4.20, headed to New York. Plus, it gives me like a new goal. Like, I can once again kind of like I kind of do it with my big store, where I try to catch up with somebody with number of pieces and stuff. But of course, it's harder and takes longer because they're constantly putting up also too, and they might have more than one person working for them, so catching them is pretty much probably going to be impossible. But now with the new store, I can look at people again and go, okay, can I catch that person? Can I catch this person? So I need to find a clothing seller, maybe Marcus, and see if I can catch up with Marcus. But he would be like next level. I gotta shoot for somebody with less first, somebody with like 3,000 items in their store. Okay, can I beat them? Because like Marcus has like 8,000 or 9,000. So Willie Nelson cassette tape, sold for $4.20, headed to Oregon. You don't know what I'm doing? I'm gluing the sponge back on the cassette tape. I need that sponge to play properly. If you want to sell cassette tapes, when you list them, Always look at the sponge area. You fucker. It's like getting stuck to the things. There we go. Look and see if it's loose. If it's loose, get a little tray to put them in. So then when one sells, because you're going to have some cassettes that don't have them because they were lost. So then you'll have a little tray so you can replace them when they do sell without one. Watch your language, James. You can't say the curse words. Yes, I can. We're all adults here. Except for the little trolls who try to be adults. Yesterday I trolled back a troll. It was pretty fun. I enjoy that. Reminds me of the old days of growing up. We would always rip on each other. So if you see me going back and forth with a troll person, know that it's in fun. But yeah, the person let me down. They didn't live up. They kept, you know, a troll is either younger or just an amateur dumbass when they call people names. If you can't troll somebody without calling them a name, you're not a troll. You don't even deserve that title. Matrix employee leasing hat sold for $9.50, headed to Los Angeles. Like, you got a good troll. The key to being a good troll is knowing your target. The problem is with at least two of the trolls that I've seen on my channel, they use, because if you don't use a person's weakness or don't know a person's weakness, you're basically implying and or the suggestions that you're going with is based off of what your insecurities are. So you definitely have to know your target and what their weaknesses are. And you would think that it'd be pretty easy for somebody who's on video every day for somebody to find a weakness. But the problem with me is, and the problem with finding a target is, it's very hard to target people who don't care or who admit to their own weaknesses. Like, I was Eminem in 8 Mile before Eminem in 8 Mile even existed. Because I'm a realist, for the most part. I know what is capable of me, what is not, etc., when it comes to efforts or intelligence or anything. Woodrow. If we're trolling, if somebody's trolling me and I'm coming back at them, but I control myself better than they can, they're amateurs. It's funny, the one yesterday kept trying to call me a child, that I was acting like a child, yet they came up with the first troll, which is like, hello, McFly. So let me get this straight. You act like a child, but you're going to call me a child for coming down to your level. All right. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. That's when you know that the person's in above their head. They need to just go back to mommy and cry on her shoulder. Cry on our bosom. Mommy, I was out trolled today and I'm so sad. See, that's the thing about, I think a lot of Gen Xers are like that. Like Gen X was the first generation that was like more open about anything and everything in life, to their own self-worth or lack thereof, to people being gay and everything. Just across the board with human nature as a whole. I believe Gen X is the first, maybe not the first, but was the first of the biggest gap of who cares type of mentality as a whole. I'm just glad to be one of them. Why should I care? If I can slam myself harder than you can slam me, you can't troll a troll. Janet. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Nasty boys don't mean a thing. Oh, you nasty boys don't mean a thing. Oh, da, 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 da. Plus, it's hard to troll somebody who has fun with it, right? Because people who are miserable trolls, their goal is to try to upset somebody. But you can't upset somebody who has fun with trolling. But you can upset a troll who is trolling off of their own self-anger or, their misery. Then it's easy to turn the tables, if you will. So if you see me going back and forth with somebody, it's just me turning the tables and enjoying the hell out of it. You can use it for your entertainment. It'd be an extra added entertainment value to my channel. Trolling the trolls. All right, first up we got the Bauer hat. Sold for $5, 5 British pounds, so it's about $6.30 or something like that. Headed to the UK. For me, the cool thing about trolling and comebacks and stuff is I don't have to think about it. It just all comes kind of naturally, because we spend our whole lives not just slamming each other, but people we would meet. Like, that's how we knew if you could hang with us or not. Okay, he's scratching. Scared the crap out of me. Thought he was having a seizure. Pee-wee. Like, if we could troll somebody and they were able to take it or give it back, then you can hang with us. 7. Sometimes we'll still go back and forth on Facebook with each other. Me and friends, that is. Next up, we've got Puerto Rico hat. Headed to the Netherlands, sold for $10.50. 1049. 1049. Of course, you want a code. I haven't had a code in a while. For hat. Oh, we're going down, down, baby. Oh, the Range Rover Suites. Let it go, shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Pub. Listen to it now. Take a puff, pass it to me now. We're going down, down, baby. And lastly, we've got Pretty in Pink. That's kind of like me. I'm pretty in pink. And black and red. I'm just a pretty mother. That's so far. 420. Headed to Norway. I'm waking up now. We're at 7:30. I'm not used to getting up so early, so consecutively. Like, since he has to have his medicine, I've been getting up at 6:30 almost every day. Some days I'll go back to bed, but if my body tells me to. 419. And another code. Or cassette. Yeah, so I've eliminated basically 2 trolls from my channel. I mean, they're still welcome to say whatever they want anymore, but after the first encounter, they're not worthy of my comments no more because they were too easy. They folded. They were outshined. They were out-trolled. I told them both to go back to school and learn some more stuff before they come back. And if their next troll was good enough, then I would acknowledge them. So. Because the one guy keeps saying the same stuff over and over again. I'm like, dude, it's if it didn't work the first time, you think it's going to be funny the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time? No. It doesn't work that way. These people got so much to learn. Good Lord. Taking the lazy, easy way out of trolling. It's 29. So only 22 packages going out today. That's pretty lame. 22. Pretty lame, I must say. Pretty lame like you, James. See, if I control myself better than trolls control me. Okay, that's it. We're at 7:33. 122. And 32. So $154-ish for the morning so far on both stores. And thanks everybody for hanging out. And I will see you all in the next video. Later.